Double Dip babes! In this video, I'm going to show you 5 different nail shapes that you can easily achieve using a hand file. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using my practice hand. I do already have some nails in place and they are sort of pre-shaped into a square. All of the nail shapes that I'm going to show you today does come from a square shape, so as long as you have square shaped nails, you can easily create any of these nail shapes. Here I have Double Dip's 12-piece Manicure Nail Buffer Kit. This comes in a beautiful storage case. It comes with the unicorn fluffy nail brush. This is my favorite nail brush of all time. It's beautiful and it's very soft. This kit also comes with 2 buffing blocks, 2 large hand files, 4 smaller hand files, and 4 orange wood sticks. For the nail shaping, I'm going to use one of the larger hand files. So to start off, I'm going to be shaping the thumbnail. I do want to show you guys how to do a square shape. This nail is already a little bit pre-shaped, but I want to give you some tips. Here I'm just showing you how I like to hold my hand file when I shape my nails. I do like to use my thumb to support the other side of the hand file. And for my other hand, I like to firmly grip the finger just to ensure that I have a full control over the nail. If the nails are on the longer side, I would suggest to put your finger onto the nail bed just to prevent any tugging on the nail, which can cause your actual nails to become sore. The angle of the hand file really matters, so try to have it as straight as you can get it. A tip for this is to look at the back of your nail. This will clearly tell you if your nails are turning out crooked. You also want to keep the motion of your hand file in a very straight line. This will give you a very crisp shape. You also want to make sure the free edge of your nail is lined up with your finger. If you have a curve to your natural nail and you file your nail looking at your cuticle, your nail may end up looking crooked. If your nails are looking a little bit crooked, you can file in this angle to straighten out your nail. After the free edge of the nail is filed, you're then going to slightly file these sidewalls. When filing the sides of your nails, do not file the sidewall on your nail bed area. Only file the free edge of the nail. This is the area where the nail hangs off of your skin. When filing the sides of a square shape, you do not want to overfile. We're only smoothing out any imperfections and making sure the corners of the nail are sharp. If the corner of your nail is rounded out like it is here, you want to gently file the sidewalls and the tip of the nail. When filing the sides of a square shape, you want to make sure that your hand file is parallel with the sidewall of your natural nail. If you angle your hand file in towards the center, you are going to create more of a tapered square shape. To get a perfect square shape, you may end up having to file a little bit more length off than you would expect. When filing a square shape, you want to make sure the free edge of the nail lines up with the sidewalls of your nail bed. If your nail shape is not turning out exactly how you want, try changing the angle of your hand file. If this doesn't help, you can also try filing your nail at a different angle. Sometimes your perspective is a very big factor in your nail shape. And here is the classic square shape. This nail shape looks good on all hands and fingers. For the index nail, we're going to be doing a tapered square that I will eventually turn into a ballerina or coffin shape. If you're not too good at eyeballing the nail shape that you would like, you can take a fine nail art brush and some gel to outline the nail shape that you would like. This will give you a precise guideline that prevents you from not getting the nail shape that you want. You can leave this guideline to ensure that you get the perfect nail shape, but personally I'm going to remove it. You can also take some nail clippers or a cuticle cutter to gently cut away some of the excess nail. If you do this step, you want to be cautious not to cut away too much of your nail shape. You can always file away more of the product if you need to. I am going to be holding down the nail onto the nail bed just to ensure that it doesn't move around while I shape the nail. When doing a nail shape other than square, you do want to have a center guideline down the nail. For tapered square, coffin, and ballerina shape, you'll want to shape the free edge of the nail first. This will establish the length of your nail. When filing a tapered square or coffin nail shape, you want to angle the hand file in a diagonal angle. You want to make sure to file in a straight motion. If you allow your hand file to move in a rounded motion, you are not going to get a perfect coffin or tapered square nail shape. For these two nail shapes, you do not want to round out the corners of the nail. You still want pointy corners for these two nail shapes. Here is a little pro tip. If you're filing the sidewalls of your nails and the shape is not turning out how you would like, you may need to file a little bit onto the surface of the nail. This will remove a little bit of product on the nail surface and give you that crisp nail shape. After I file with my hand pointing down, I'm going to get a different angle and look at the nail. Looking at the nail in different angles will make sure that you have the perfect nail shape that you're aiming for. That's one of the best tips that I have when shaping your nails. Constantly looking at the nail in different angles. This will allow you to get a perfectly straight and lined up nail shape. Here is how my tapered square nail shape looks. It is very similar to a square shape, but of course it is tapered on the sides. Now we're going to turn that tapered nail shape into a coffin. These two nail shapes are very similar. However, the coffin nail shape has a much thinner tip. When transitioning from a tapered nail shape to a coffin nail shape, you're only going to angle your hand file a little bit more. You may want to gradually angle your hand file a little more after doing each side. This is going to make sure that you do not file too much off of the sides. Coffin-shaped nails and ballerina-shaped nails are very similar nail shapes. In my opinion, the difference between a ballerina-shaped nail and a coffin-shaped nail is the angle from the sidewall down to the free edge of the nail. A coffin-shaped nail, like I'm doing here, has a very straight sidewall down to the tip of the nail. A ballerina-shaped nail is very similar, but you allow your hand file to move in a slightly curved motion when filing down to the tip of the nail. Here is a close-up of the coffin-shaped nail. This nail shape is one of my personal favorites. For the middle finger, we're going to be doing a round or oval nail shape. I'm going to start by gently clipping away the corners of the nail. This step is optional, but it does reduce the time that you have to spend filing the nail. You want to first make sure that the side of the nail is lined up with the nail bed. After you get the sidewall straight, we're then going to move in a rounded motion when filing the corner of the nail. You want to try to have as smooth of a motion as possible. This will give you a very smooth, rounded nail. Then we're going to repeat the same step on the other side of the nail. For most people, it's a lot easier to file one side of the nail than it is to file the other side. This is why, again, I strongly recommend that you look at different angles of the nail when filing. This will give you the best nail shape as you're making sure the nail is completely even on each side. The tip of the nail was a little bit too thick, so I did file over that with my hand file. So here is the coffin and round nail shape. For the ring finger, we're going to be doing the almond nail shape. In my opinion, the almond and the coffin nail shape are the two most popular nail shapes. The almond nail shape can be a little bit tricky to achieve. I would definitely recommend to give yourself some guidelines as you practice this nail shape. For almond nails, it's very easy to get a crooked nail. So the first guideline that I'm going to create is a straight line going down the center of the nail. After the center line is created, you're then going to draw a line going from the corner of the nail down to the center line on the free edge of the nail. Personally, I'm going to remove my guidelines to shape the nail. I am clipping off the excess corners of the nail. We're going to start filing at the side wall of the nail. I am moving my hand file in a rounded motion. Almond nails are pretty tricky because you do want a slight point, but you do not want it to be too sharp. As a beginner filing an almond shape, you do not want to file on one side for too long. I would recommend to file one side for a little bit and then file the other side. Alternating each side that you file will prevent your nail from turning out crooked. Everyone has their own style when filing nails, so do not worry if your style of almond does not look like other people's style of almond. I personally love a skinny almond, so I like to make sure the sides of the nail are not too thick. As with every other nail shape, you want to make sure to look at different angles of the finger. This will allow you to have the perfect nail shape. Once you have the general nail shape, you want to frequently check and make sure that the tip of the nail is lined up with your finger. In my opinion, it's very easy to file crooked almond nails. And here is my almond nail shape. For the pinky nail, we're going to be doing a stiletto nail. For our stiletto nail, we're going to make sure that we have the center guideline. This is the most important step for a stiletto nail. The stiletto nail is very similar to the almond. However, you want to make sure the sidewalls are very straight. I'm going to take my cuticle cutters and gently cut away some of the excess nail on the sides. This step is optional, but of course it helps reduce time when shaping your nails. The perfect stiletto nails do have a very straight sidewall. Again, you do not want to file on the nail bed. Only file on the free edge of the nail. I personally feel like this nail shape is very easy to file onto the nail bed, so be very cautious. Like I said, stiletto nails have a straight sidewall, so be sure that your hand file moves in a straight motion. For this nail shape, I do recommend that you file on each sidewall in alternating steps. This will reduce the chance that your stiletto nail would turn out crooked. I'm going to alternate filing the sides of the nail until I reach a sharp point in my nail. Once the nail shape is looking how I want, I am going to get a different angle to look at the nail. Here we're going to do some final touch-ups to get the perfect stiletto nail. This nail is very sharp. And here's a close-up of the stiletto nail. And that is how you file a square, tapered square, coffin, round, almond, as well as a stiletto nail. Comment down below and let us know what your favorite nail shape is. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos, you can click the boxes and subscribe here to see more from Double Dip. You can also subscribe to my personal nail channel by clicking the circle here.